How's everyone doing tonight? Good night. We got some fun, fantastic, yummy, good food about to cook up right now. So I am making some Rasta pasta. So it's gonna be a little bit spicy, it's gonna be savory. We got some fresh Alfredo sauce I'm gonna teach y'all how to make, and it's gonna be so dope. So get ready to tune in, hang tight, I'm about to get it going. All right, how's everyone doing tonight? I'm doing fantastic. I have some good food in store for you. So, put that on the counter. All right. Let me get this adjusted so y'all can really see what's about to go down. All right, stove is hot. So we're gonna put some olive oil in the pan. I got my in-laws that stopped by, so we're gonna make a large portion. So whatever you do, you can always do half of this if you'd like to. Super quick. So olive oil in your pan, we're gonna heat this up. So you're gonna turn it to high, but then we're gonna end up turning it out to like a medium high heat. Some of the things that you're gonna need. So I have 2 pounds of already peeled, already deveined jumbo Argentinian shrimp, my favorite shrimp. And I have let those marinate in some jerk seasoning, some soy sauce. I have some pimento peppers, some onion powder and garlic powder in here. So in the meantime, you're gonna be able to see how it's all gonna come together. Now normally, I will be doing this simultaneously. So normally I would have already started my sauce, but so that you all can get the breakdown of how each one rolls, it'll be super easy for you once you kind of get it together. So maneuvering in the kitchen is going to be the name of the game, right? Because there's so many ways that you can kind of cut your time in half by doing these things. Figuring out how to maneuver in the kitchen and not have your food be cold. Like sometimes people will have their food ready, they'll have the meat ready, and then they'll start something else, and by the time they finish, the food is no longer hot. So we're gonna put our shrimp in. And if you notice, I'm rendering the juice. So I'm not gonna put the juice in just yet. You can purchase jerk seasoning if you'd like to. I make mine from scratch. There's a couple good brands out there that you can use, but you want to go easy on them, especially if you're not used to eating jerk seasoning. You can overpower your food, and everything will just taste spicy. It won't have any flavor to it. So we know that our shrimp, some people are scared to make shrimp. Hey, Nigel. some people are scared to make shrimp because they're scared that they'll either overcook it or they're not sure if it's done. So when you first get your shrimp is going to be a pinkish color. But ultimately, it'll start turning grayish, and then it'll be done. And it's so quick. I'm so tempted to start this, but I feel like I'll be giving you guys too much too soon. But I will start the pasta in the back because it's super easy. I just have bow tie pasta. You can use spaghetti pasta, and you can use penne pasta in this. So it's totally up to you how you do it, but you can. Hey, Caitlin. So I have a pot of water boiling in the back. You'll just follow the instructions on the back or on the box or on the side of the box. So it's fairly easy. So this one's gonna go for 12 to 14 minutes. And I have a couple boxes here just in case, but I like to make it fresh, and you'll see why I do it like that. So I'll pour this in the back. I did salt my water really well, so you kind of have to over salt your water a little bit. And let me get this. And then I set a timer because you don't want to overcook your pasta. You don't want it to be soggy. So while that's going, in the meantime, in between time, it's already ready. Time to flip our shrimp over. So, shrimp is going. Hi, Kevin. Hope everything's going well. So the shrimp's going, and you'll see how quick it's just gonna cook up. So you're gonna not think that your shrimp is all the way done that fast, but it's literally almost done. And it's just cooking in its own juices at this point. But you don't want to overcook it. As soon as you start seeing it look like it goes from like that pinkish color to like this grayish color, I mean, it's fully seasoned. So, and shrimp, I mean, you really don't have to worry about like undercooking it, because you'll be able to tell with the texture. But I mean, you could eat, I mean, that's nothing more than sushi. So this is good. I'm not gonna overcook my shrimp. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cover it up, and I'm gonna move this pot here. So this pot is gonna be something completely separate. So I'm gonna make you all some Alfredo sauce from scratch. Now, don't flinch. I put a whole stick of butter in there. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be so good. You know, I've been cooking for so long. Let me mix my pasta. I don't want it to stick, but it shouldn't stick. So, all right. So I have a whisk and this whole stick of butter. I do use salted butter for this. So use your favorite butter. And we're just gonna melt it around the pan. And to that, Now, typically, I wouldn't add nothing but garlic to this. If I was just making a basic Alfredo, I would just add the butter and the garlic. But because of the fact that we're stepping it up, we're gonna put some garlic in there. Some red onions and some jalapenos. Or you can use a Scotch bonnet pepper. I actually de-seeded the jalapenos. You can use bell peppers as well. See that? We're gonna let those sweat for just a second. So to this, you have to have a whisk because it's gonna go fast and it's gonna thicken up. So you're gonna pour in, I'm making a big pot, so I'm gonna literally pour in 32 ounces of half and half. You can use heavy cream. You can use milk. And then I'm gonna put in about 2 cups of chicken broth as well. You can use vegetable broth. I wouldn't use like a beef broth, but so I would measure it. I'm just kind of feeling my way. I'll say like half. This is what, 16 ounces? This is 32 ounces, so about 16 ounces, which is like a cup or so or more of the liquid. So you're gonna start seeing it come together. And thicken up. Now to this, just so we're making sure that we got our seasonings going and everything's kind of coming together, I'm gonna put some garlic powder in there. And I never, when I first met my husband, I drive him crazy because I'll take the whole thing off. I don't ever use it through the little pour thing, I guess, because I feel like I can control it more. So a lot more goes in there. So you're gonna see this kind of start boiling and start to thicken up. And in the meantime, I'm gonna add my special ingredient. If you know what this is, then you can say it. Hey Brenda! You can say the ingredient. I'm not gonna say it because that's a special ingredient. Well, if you don't get out of my purse, Brian, your son's over here in my purse. Okay, so that special ingredient is gonna help it get even thicker. And you'll see it just kind of dissolve in there. It's just gonna make this extra creamy. Watch me. Bad night. And why am I keeping the whisking going? It's because while you're whisking this, you want to make sure that it's not burning or scalding at the bottom, because as it's cooking, you're gonna have the milk, that milk or that cream that can burn and scald. So you want to keep it moving. Crazy. Look at me, two-handed. These vibes can done. it's just simply dissolving. They in here dancing right now. My husband is the one who kicked it off. Hey, cousin Rena. So you see it. My secret ingredients almost dissolved, almost there. Our pasta's almost done. We got 3 more minutes on that. So we're gonna make some fresh ice cream tonight from scratch. Thank you, cousin. Okay, so that's we're gonna have some fun tonight. We decided we're gonna have a little family game night and have some fun. So back to it. You can buy pre-grated Parmesan cheese. I also have a block that I'm gonna be shredding and doing right on top of there. And so it's gonna be a lot. I would say, what is this, a half a container? I don't even know how much is in here. I just know how to measure it. I'd say about a cup and a half. I'll see you because it's gonna dissolve. And this is gonna continue to get thick. Now again, be mindful that you season it with your salt at the very last minute to kind of get those flavors to come together before you start going in adding extra salt, because your cheese is going to be salty, your chicken broth is going to be salty, your butter's already salty. So while it's all coming together, you don't want to over salt your food. And I say this all the time because you get people's food and I'm telling you, they think that adding a whole bunch of salt makes it flavorful, and that's not what does it. So this is about to come to a nice rolling boil, and I'm going to let it cook down. So it's gonna not even reduce by half. This is gonna reduce, but it's not gonna be reducing by half. So we just want it to reduce just enough for it to start really getting thick so that that pasta can support and hold the sauce. And I'm gonna put a little more cheese in here. I guess because I just know it by eyeballing it. Now, we go out and we buy these canned Alfredo sauces and stuff like that, but for you to make a nice, fresh Alfredo sauce for your loved ones, it's very, very simple, and it'll change the game. So we got that, and then we're about 18 seconds in, and I've got the bow tie pasta, which is gonna be done now. And I'll turn off my kitchen timer. I'll probably end up making a little more pasta just so it's fresh. I'm gonna turn this down just for a second. I'm gonna let that boil continue, because even on a low heat, that cream is going to continue to cook and it's gonna continue to bubble because that's how they do it. All right. So I'm going to drain my pasta real quick. Just super, super duper easy. I've reserved and kept a little bit of the salted water in there. Now, some people will suggest that you take your pasta and rinse it with cool water to stop the cooking process. So you can do that. If you think that you're gonna overcook your pasta or you let it go a little too long, you are able to do that. However, when you're salting your water the way you are so that the pasta has flavor, I would not rinse it or do a shock bath with it, just because we're putting sauce on it. And I specifically intentionally made sure that I salted that water for that reason. So there's different ways that you can make your pasta, especially if you're not making it from scratch and making it from home. You have a little bit more options with it, but we'll go into that on another segment of fresh pasta making. So this is just simply thickening up, and I am going to my song. You can already see this here. So all these juices and flavors are right here. Alright, so that's going good. I'm going to take some cornstarch if you want to thicken it up, if you're trying to do it faster. Like, so if you're trying to get dinner going real quick and you don't want to wait for this to reduce, this is a really quick step that you can use. Or you can use flour when you start your process. You can use a little bit of flour and the butter, and that will thicken up really rather quickly. Put some of that broth in here, and I'm gonna whisk it. You just see it kind of coming together. Again, typically I wouldn't really do this, but I've done it, so, you know, from time to time, just depending on how much time I have. But since I'm trying to shoot for these quick tutorials for you guys, I'm gonna show you how this will speed up. Okay. Whisk it together. To go. You can't be looking the way you do. You can't be looking. If y'all ever hear me singing, I be changing the lyrics up. I have my own lyrics and everything. I make myself laugh. All right, back at it. All right. So on this side, you can still see over here I have my pan, and I'm going to turn this up a little, and I wait to the last minute to do these last final steps because I like for the tomatoes to look bright and fresh and whole almost. So I'm gonna put a little olive oil in here. And I'm gonna throw in these tomatoes. Now, I did get some really pretty tomatoes. These are summer tomatoes. You don't have to use summer tomatoes. You can just use Roma tomatoes. Those will hold up good. Just whatever kind of tomatoes you can get. So I just want to kind of give a little salt on these. And I'm going to add some Cajun seasoning. Alright, can't stop having fun. Alright, so that's nice and thick. That's perfect. So to this, I'm going to add some of my fresh jerk seasoning. You're not late. You're not late. I'm making some Rasta pasta, Lorna. So I've got some jerk seasoning here too. So remember, we have the jerk seasoning and the shrimp already. We're about to put some jerk seasoning up in this Alfredo sauce too, honey. So we're gonna put it right in there. Let me get my little whisk, kind of mix match. And the reason why I'm not overdoing the sauce, because you wanna add it slowly, because you wanna know, is that too hot for me? Do I need to add some more? Typically, I would add crushed red peppers to my Alfredo sauce just normally, but in this case, because we're making this whole Rasta pasta, we really want to make sure that the flavors are not just on the shrimp. The flavors are going to be in the sauce too. And you know I'm addicted. All right, let me taste my sauce. I'll put it in the mail, boo. I got you. Okay, it's good. We're gonna put in kind of a nice little kick to it. I'm gonna put in our salt now so we can see. All right, you know, it needs a little this or a little that. A little bit of salt. So bomb. So bomb. That Cajun seasoning coming up. What you got? That tomato? How you get that tomato? How you get that tomato? Was it right? Let me hear it's like say hi. That's my little yum yum. Alright. So, we got it all. We're going to add our shrimp, the juice, all of it to this mixture. That's why we wanted it extra thick, because once you start adding in the juices and this and that, then it can get liquidy. That's not what's gonna happen. I'm gonna add that to there. So now we got thick Alfredo sauce with the jumbo shrimp in there. And then a nice little saute. Turn it the wrong way. I'm left-handed. Y'all gotta forgive me. So I'm gonna add those tomatoes. I add the tomatoes at the last minute because I don't like mushy tomatoes. I want it to taste fresh. And I want it to also reflect its color so that it looks pretty. Now to this, I'm going to add that bow tie pasta. So it's almost like a one pot stop. Everything's gonna come together. When it gets thick, that pasta is going to start to soak up that sauce. We're gonna add more cheese to this. That's Parmesan. You can use, gosh, there's another one that I use too, but in the meantime, this is what we're using tonight. So that, sit in. This is gonna continue to thicken up. So it might look a little runny now, but once it sits for a second, that pasta is gonna absorb all the flavors, the shrimp, everything. And then I'm using this fresh Parmesan cheese, and I like to make my plating look pretty, so we'll give this a couple extra seconds to kind of, you can see how now it's starting to thicken up even more. Carol, what you up to? What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? Honey. It's so good. And I mean, ain't no skimping on the shrimp neither. You know, you get some stuff and they put like 1 or 2 shrimp in, and you're like, where my shrimp at? No, that's 2 whole pounds of shrimp, jumbo shrimp in here. Yes, a whole taste. It's so good. So I'm about to put this on a nice plate so you guys can see it and see how it's gonna come together. Presentation is everything, right? So Aladdin? What are they talking about? So plating is everything, okay guys? So when you're cooking something, you're serving something to people, they see it first, they smell it, and they see it. So you want to make sure that it looks pretty. So we're gonna add some fresh herbs in here. Can y'all chill out with this Aladdin? Huh? Huh? What, baby? Huh? What happened? Okay. Look, cows. I'm plating this up for y'all. And you can always add more pasta. It's up to your thickness and your likeness, what you like. I'm just grating like some really fresh Parmesan on here. I'm gonna use some of my Chef Junie seasoning. This is an all-purpose seasoning. Good night, good night, good night. Okay, guys. All right, so let me go ahead, and as you can see, this is just gonna continue to like absorb all of those flavors. So I'm gonna move this over, and that way I can get a spoon and I can taste it. Let me get my lighting together, because y'all not really getting the full effects. I'm about to taste. Try to get in. I'll take some pictures for it too to show you guys. Okay, let me get a spoon. No, I don't want that spoon. Hold on. I'm particular. I got a whole spoon. So you can see these, you see how whole the tomatoes are? If I would have put the tomatoes in first with the shrimp, if I would have put it wouldn't have looked like that. It would have pretty much cooked the juices out of the tomatoes, and they would have, this plate is hot. they would have you just would have seen the skins kind of like floating around in there. So we got the bow tie pasta. I want a scoop of every little piece in here. I got some shrimp on here. I got the pasta, and I got a nice tomato. So let's see the real taste test. Who wants some? That cheese on there. I'm not trying to get burned on TV, okay? You got the cheesiness, the creaminess, the shrimp. Got a little kick of the spice on the back end. So good. Those tomatoes are really good. If you can find local herbs and local vegetables when you're cooking your food, the freshness behind it will taste so amazing. Hey, Anthony! I made some Rasta pasta. So it's a shrimp Alfredo pasta. So, what's not good for me? So, these tomatoes, you can get them, if you can get fresh herbs, like I was saying, fresh herbs, fresh ingredients will make your food taste completely different. I'm about to eat the whole plate. Like, straight up. So pretty. Big, huge pieces of shrimp. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Please share. I want to thank the majority. I want to thank Nigel Nicholas. I'll ship it right to Canada, boo. I got you. Thank you, Nigel. Thank you, the majority. You guys, please tune in. Make sure you all are sharing this video. Make it go viral. Make Caribbean people alive. Make people understand that we cook good food and we can maneuver and make all kind of different stuff. Refer them, share them, so people can have more recipes for their families that are quick and easy and simple. And I mean, you really can't go wrong with this. You really can't. I mean, I've been trying to really get into cooking like stuff that's not too much. Like my brown stew that I made the other night, there's no way that I would have been able to go live because the level of marination and seasoning and this what I put into making brown stew. But anyways, that's a whole totally different conversation in live video. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please like, share, comment. We got 4,000 views on our last one, so let's see if we can do more than 4,000 on this video because people have to have this recipe. Let me get some more. Already. Hi, life. Picture. Hey, dinner's done. Everybody can eat. I'm gonna make some fresh ice cream tonight for the boys. So thank you all so much. If you know another thing, if you make the recipe, shout me out, pay some homage, okay? Don't be trying to act like it's yours. I see y'all out there. It's all good. Thank you. Thanks for tuning in. Like, repost, share.